Beep, 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 beep. Jester News. Hello. Right. Welcome to the Court EJ Jester. Buy me a coffee, become more teachers, subscribe to my subscribe to my YouTube. That's the most important thing. I desperately need to get the numbers up, and I don't know what's going on with Twitter. Let's not even go there. Right. So here's an interesting one from one of my favourite places, the Emerald Isle, the most beautiful island of Ireland. The island of Ireland. Okay. A beautiful place, beautiful people. Love a bevy. Love a bevy. Do good breakfast as well. White pudding. Onwards. Okay. This is very interesting because it is almost a reflection of something that happened a few years ago with a company called Coinbase. Now, Coinbase, their boss, wrote a famous email saying, we ain't doing woke, and if you want to do woke, leave. Here's a year's salary. Lost 5% of his employees. That's something like 3,000, I think. So it cost him a pretty penny. Big money. Big money, yeah. But he reckons he saved millions because he got rid of these awkward CSJ, LGBTQI+, hands, knees and bumps of daisy, BLM, nut jobs, right? So he got rid of them. He did it quite a while ago. If I can find that story, I'll also put it in the Dubras along with this one, which comes from the Irish Times, because there's a resonance between the two that I feel, which I'm sure if you read both, you will also. This is the way to go for companies. This is the way to go to start to make declarative sentences. Let's have a look and see what he's got to say. A guy here called Mr. McCabe. I'm saying Mr. McCabe because I don't know how to pronounce Eoghan. Why am I like this? I think it's Owen. Because it can't be Eoghan. No, it's Owen, isn't it? Oh, I've got to read more about Irish names so I can get it right and not look an idiot, which is what I'm looking right now. So, Irish tech company facing employee unrest after new policy ended support for Pride. Oh! Good. Intercom chief executive, Mr. McCabe, Owen McCabe, told staff decision not to support Pride outwardly, a tough one to make. Well done, that man, for making it, is the first thing I'd like to say. Dear God, I wish more would make it. They are currently facing, the Irish tech company called Intercom, unrest after a new policy the company claims has been in place since last year, called a halt to its support for Pride celebrations. Chief Executive McCabe, who returned to the top role following the departure of Karen Peacock in October last year, is said to be focusing solely on building the business. Hallelujah! 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 Well, somebody's bloody said it! Somebody said it at last, right? Let's just hear that again. Those glorious words. He is said to be focusing solely on building the business. Good. Good. That's what you're there for, to make us money, to bring success to all and get people, earning money and doing stuff and living lives. Not looking up your own bum piece and inspecting whether or not you're a transgendered goblin from Mordor, all right? This has led to a pullback in support from some employee-focused initiatives, including the employee resource groups, ERGs, and internal measures. Its internal communications to Intercom workers, recently seen by the Irish Times, staff were informed that the company would no longer promote ERGs in the office or its internal general communications channels. We like Owen, Mr. McCabe. The policy also means no office decorations. It's glorious. Holding events or lunches for individual communities or promoting of ERGs on the company's social media channels or blogs. Staff had questions why Pride flags had been removed from the Dublin office ahead of the end of Pride Month. This is just glorious. This is what a leader looks like. This is what a leader looks like. During a company-wide staff meeting in June, excerpts of which were shared with the Irish Times, Mr. McCabe, please tell me they've got them. I don't think they have on there, but it would be great, wouldn't it? Mr. McCabe said the decision not to support Pride outwardly was tough, as the company had previously been supportive of the event. What's really tough now is that Pride has got wrapped up, unfortunately, within some circles, in kind of more divisive and political issues, he said. Do you think? They've gone completely nuts. They're all mad. What that is, I mean, he's put it really well, is within some circles in kind of more divisive and political issues, while walking around with dog-tailed dildos up their butts. right? Reading crap stories to children about how bad the world is and the fact that nothing's normal, and twerking with your testicles slapping on your thighs in front of kids in America. Yeah, pride's lost the plot, right? Okay. Mr. McCabe also noted a wider trend globally where mention of ERGs and other social issues during public company quarterly calls were declining. This is important, folks, right? Because all this, sustainability, UNESCO gold bollocks, which is stopping people from doing business, because they think that a company should exist to be happy clappy and and uphold social conscience, critical social justice. It's all that crap. He's saying here that company quarterly calls, interest or mentions were declining. He told staff that the change in policy was not due to the groups themselves or the people involved in them, but that the company wanted to focus on its work, but it has been a tough call to make. Clever man. ERGs have traditionally been considered an asset to companies in terms of attracting and retaining key skilled workers, providing support to communities within the workplace. They may well have been considered that, but it's a crappy idea from the beginning. Just get people that can do the job and tell them not to bring their whole self to work, because that's what's caused this. It's all part of the same thing. Right, we've got these goals that we need to get into businesses. Oh, and by the way, let people bring their whole selves to work, which means they can spout bollocks about gay people and trans this and black that and, oh, sod off, all of you. A spokesman for Intercom highlighted the change in policy applied to all groups and non-work related topics, not just pride. That's the way to do it. Right, you walk out the door now and you go to Intercom to work. Owen, and go to work, and you go right. Okay, here we go. Right, okay, get my shirt on, get my tie on, whatever it is you wear. Right, and then you go to work and you go right. I'm now in work. I'm paid for my time. I am not here to wibble about the gender pay gap, about black versus white, women versus men, gay versus straight, or an idiot belief system called gender identiology, or the fact that we want to undermine the barriers between adults and children that queer theory espouses. So no more trans joy, no more rainbow cupcakes. Good. Get it all out. Right? That's it. It's got to go. This is the only way to go. I've been saying it for years. It's the only way to go. We'll have none of that here. Doesn't matter. Nothing for the RSPCA. Don't raise money for bloody charities. Just do your damn job. So that's what he's saying here. Right? They said it applies to all groups and non-work related topics. So in other words, if they've got a knitting circle, it'll be right. You want to do your knitting circle? You do it outside of work. It does not come into the workplace. This is the way forward. The separation of workplaces, public, third sector, business, it doesn't matter where. The separation of workplaces from the ridiculous notion that anybody gives a damn about your personal life. Do your bloody job. Come to work, stop being an emotional wibblebottom, and do something. That's where we're going here, you see. It's great, isn't it? Ireland leads the way. Go the Irish. This is a crazy time for tech businesses. Crazy time for tech. Businesses are under pressure. AI is changing everything, they said. You'd bet your bottom dollar it is. Companies that do not apply very high degrees of focus to their work will struggle. The market will see to them, see? When they're farting about, stroking some person's thigh because they're wearing a dress and they're a bloke. The market will deal with them. Get them out. Fire them. Right? Go back to basics. Let's make some damn money. Let's provide people with employment. Let's put food on tables. Right? And then when people are successful enough, once you get to a certain point, you can start worrying about other stuff. But we've got to get everybody to that point first. Right? This always reminds me of this business about the universities, where the university lecturers are on strike for whatever bloody reason. They're all in 45k anyway. So they're all wandering around with 40, I was out having a chat with them about it. And I said, well, what was the average salary amongst this group then? Turned out to be nearly 70 grand. And they're on strike for more money. So right, I've got an idea. We work out how much the top person in the university earns and how much the bottom one earns. Work out give us the average for the UK. And then what we'll do is we'll pull the people at the top down. So until everybody at the bottom is close to the average as we can be in the UK. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. It's the middle classes, isn't it? The upper middle classes. Oh, yeah. Immigration's great. Right, have you got a couple of rooms? Oh, no, I live alone. I've only got one room. Liberal lovies. Not in my backyard. NIMBYs. Right, okay. Companies that do not apply very high degrees of focus to their work will struggle, a spokesperson from Intercom said. We're deprioritizing absolutely everything that does not directly contribute to our success, and it's yielding great results. Yes! Stick it up them, they ain't these. What Owen's given us here is a template to get rid of this nonsense. Come on, Owen, we love you. Now all we've got to do is get the government to go, right, you seen this guy Owen in Ireland with his little company doing intercoms, blah, blah, blah. Follow that. Every single affinity group goes in the public sector, from the DWP to HMRC to the ones that deal with animals. What are they called? I forget. DEFRA. Isn't it DEFRA? DEFRA. I went to visit DEFRA once when I was teaching for the public service, and it was the most extraordinary place. Outside the reception door, it said no carcasses. What? Because the farmers used to turn up with a dead sheep, put it on the reception and go, why is he dead? Intercom has previously been a supporter of Pride, putting in place a number of projects, both internally and externally, to celebrate the event. That included multimedia content highlighting the issues affecting LGBTQIA plus hands, knees and bumps of daisy people, and special editions of the company's Inside Intercom podcast, highlighting employee experiences. Previous years have also seen the groups hold learning sessions on topics such as trans awareness and supporting LGBT children. There are no T children, by the way. And you get proto-gays, really. They don't know what it is, do they? In a blog post for Pride in 2022, still available to view on the company's website, Intercom said it was celebrating with the theme out in the world and bringing people in. Pride is first and foremost a protest, but it's also a celebration and a display of solidarity. So it's all things to all men who aren't women. Intercom was founded in 2011 by Mr. McCabe, Des Traynor, Kieran Lee and David Barrett. The Dublin and San Francisco headquartered company has developed a software platform which brings messaging products for sales, marketing and customer support together. Its products allow companies to communicate with customers easily through their own websites, including their respective web and mobile apps, and by email. It has already begun integrating AI into its products, launching ChatGPT-4 powered chatbot Finn in March. The company's had a turbulent few months, cutting a total of 13% of its global workforce. Let's hope it's the right 13%. Right, so we're doing redundancies. Here's the criteria. Blue air. Hands up if you've got, right, okay, you're gone. Thanks for your service. Right now. Nose ring. Anyone here got a nose ring? You? Right, you're all gone. Thanks very much. Man in a dress. LARPing, fetishists, off you go. Paraphiliacs, yeah, we're done with you. Flouncing gays who think that sex isn't real and don't live in reality, yeah, right, there's a couple over there. Get the flouncing gays out. And I'm a gay, and I flanked, right. So it's had a turbulent few months. Earlier this year, it reported to be subletting some of its planned new headquarters in Dublin. That's come from Ciara O'Brien. It's in the Irish Times. The links are in the Dubras. I'm trying to find the one from Coinbase so you can have a look as well. Don't underestimate what this is. It's just like, it's glorious. It's glorious. There's your template, Rishi. There's your template. Right, here's what you're going to do. Okay? Here's what you do. I think affinity group, EHRC, where the hell are you? Affinity groups breach the Equality Act because they give precedent over others. And certainly, I think they breach the public sector equality duty, but yet the EHRC are doing nothing. I saw them giving away money. Have you been discriminated against because you're black? We've got some money, we'll help you. Right, we'll do the same thing. Have you been discriminated against because you believe in reality and you think your company's gone round the bend? Give us some money. Let's just get some test cases going through the Employment Tribunal. That's what I say. Anyway, Ireland, the Emerald Isle, gleams gloriously as it begins to take out the LGBTQI plus hands, knees and bumps of daisy nutters. And I, for one, am here for that.